From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your afternoon update.
American Door Company has been family-owned and operated for over 29 years, supplying Northern California with quality garage doors, garage door openers, and installed with the best service you'd expect from a locally owned company. We serve all of Northern California from Willows all the way up to the Oregon state line. Give us a call today.
Good afternoon, everyone. Here's a live look looking out at, this is what it looks like at the Mount Shasta Ski Park. We're finally starting to see more snow up there. And as we start to see it get heavier and heavier, we're going to start to see more and more snow up there. So it looks like we are starting off to a good start with this storm as it pushes through, but the heavier stuff has yet to arrive, and that'll be the case. Let's take you out to the coast where, of course, things are a little bit different there. This is out at the Harbor Cam in Crescent City. The winds, of course, blowing. You see it blowing the camera there, but look at the waves kind of being generated there as well. And, of course, you can see the wet pavement. Can't really see it too clearly, but it looks like there is some rain out there as well, and we'll continue to see that rain pushing on through as well. So this is great to see. We are, of course, seeing all of that activity here, and we will continue to see more showers here as we take it through the rest of the afternoon. Heavy rain at times for many of us as well. This is looking out at Lake Oroville, not seeing the rain down in Oroville just yet, but of course that will be changing here later this afternoon as well. Taking you out to Trinity Center. Overcast skies there. We're going to start to see those showers begin to kind of kick in as well. The heaviest rainfall is just beginning to kind of hit the coast here. And of course, it will start to push eastward. This is out looking at Lassen Park, still looking at dry conditions there. But boy, this is probably going to be a different scene here by the time we look at this tonight and into tomorrow. As the storm pushes through, I think we're going to see a lot more snow up on that hill there. Let's take a look at this. We've got a cool and unsettled weather pattern. It starts today. It's pretty much starting as we speak. We do expect those snow levels to drop. We're already seeing that out at the ski park, kind of a clear indication of those lower snow levels, and we'll continue with that trend here as we go into tonight. Models are backing off on next week's rain and snow, basically meaning we're not expected to see much more after what we're seeing here for today. Today's kind of the main event, and then we're not going to see any major storms heading our way anytime soon after that. So you can see the area of low pressure right here. There, of course, is the leading edge, giving us some of the showers that we're seeing. This right here, though, this is something I pointed out this morning. And you can kind of see this right here was the developing phase, and this is the band of rain that has the heavier rainfall that's associated with right here. So that's what's coming through around the noon hour, and then through the afternoon, that will be pushing eastward. But what's happening is, too, we're getting some colder air wrapping in. That colder air will be moving in, and this is going to allow us to, of course, see those lower snow levels. So we're already seeing, but will, of course, be a reinforcing shot of that colder air. Here's your severe outlook. You'll notice the green is where we do have the potential for some thunderstorms. If we see a few lightning strikes or hear a few rumbles of thunder, don't be surprised. But as I mentioned earlier this morning, that's not the main headline. The main headline is the heavy rainfall at times, and not to mention the heavy snow at times as well. So here we are. We take you through the afternoon. It pushes to the east. Rain begins to develop, get a little bit heavier, especially for the valley here. By around the mid-afternoon hours is when we start to see the heavy rainfall kick in. By the way, this is also when the winds will kick in for the valley as well. So breezy, borderline windy, especially for Tehama County southward, and especially kind of hugging east of the valley as well. Meanwhile, we're seeing things begin to dry out a little bit for the coast, but we still have some instability, and that will produce a few more showers. And we're seeing the snow in the higher elevations down to about 4,000 feet, but it will be locally lower in some spots. Now look at 6 p.m. Well, actually you might see a bit of a dry slot for the valley. The main front is now pushing eastward into the mountains. East of the valley, we've got some heavy snow kicking in at this point. If you're traveling in the mountains, be prepared for the fact that there will be delays. There will most likely be chain requirements. With snow levels down to 4,000 feet, we are seeing a lot of those mountain passes probably getting pummeled with a lot of snow, and that's what's going to probably create those chain requirements. Meanwhile, we've got another reinforcing shot of some instability here that'll produce more showers, not to mention some of that lower elevation snow down to about 4,000 feet. That will then push through sometime tonight for parts of the valley. We're still seeing some decent snow for some of the higher elevations. This again will create some problems with chain delays. There you can see 6 a.m. on Wednesday. See another reinforcing shot of some air kind of kicking on through. So I expect through the morning hours, everyone will see that chance for showers. And then as we go through the afternoon tomorrow, it's all pretty much gone. In fact, we may even see some clearing for the valley later on tomorrow afternoon. So again, the main event is later today, tonight, into tomorrow morning. And then after that, things kind of wrapping themselves up a bit. Now look at Thursday. We may see a few showers here and there for the North Coast and even into Siskiyou and Modoc counties. But really, for the most part, Thursday is going to be a bit of a dry day. And then this will be coming in Thursday night and possibly parts of Friday as well. Forecast rain totals. Boy, forecast models continue to back off on the amount of rain that we're expected to see here. That all being said, I do expect to see half of an inch to possibly even upwards of an inch even for the valley, but I think there's a very good possibility you can see that along the coast as well. And typically, right, we're not seeing as much precipitation off to the north and to the east. Now, the winter weather advisory for the mountains east of the valley, that's until 4 a.m. Thursday. So it's in effect now through 4 a.m. Thursday. Heaviest snow will be above 5,000 feet today and then above 4,000 feet as we go into your Wednesday. But remember, Wednesday, we're not going to see as much snow or rain for that matter. Now, we also have a winter storm warning up to the north and in northern Trinity County as well until 3 a.m. tomorrow morning. Now, the heaviest snow will be above 4,500 feet there. So Scott Mountain Pass, yeah, most definitely looking at some chain requirements and not to mention just some snow up there. So let's take a look at what we've got going on with the snowfall totals. This is a bit of a moving target, but you know, we are seeing that potential as we see those lower snow levels for Chester, parts of Quincy, Susanville to maybe see some light accumulations. And it's not out of the question for maybe some light accumulation around Mount Shasta City, but that's kind of the borderline of where we're seeing that rain and snow kind of transition over. So that might be a little bit difficult to happen. However, at the ski park, we're already seeing it happen. It won't be hard-pressed to see accumulating snow there. Meanwhile, it's in the form of rain for Hayfork and Weaverville. Let's take a look at those road conditions. Green is rain. The blues are, of course, where we're seeing that snow. So let's take you into the afternoon today, into the evening. Look at the heavier blue. This is the dark blue. That's the heavier snow. Scott Mountain Pass, seeing some of that. But it looks like things are still clear, mainly east of I-5. But later tonight, I mean, look at it just kind of really just explode with all that snow. So again, east of the valley, north of the valley. Keep checking those chain requirements because I can tell you what, we're most likely going to be looking at chain requirements in a lot of locations here later tonight. And as you're waking up tomorrow morning, there it is. Look at all the snow that we still have in the forecast through 7 a.m. on Wednesday. This right here, I think, is going to be a pretty big mess if you do need to travel on those mountain highways tomorrow morning in particular. So yeah, be prepared for those delays. However, on Highway 299, I think it'll be okay, mainly in the form of rain. We're talking Buckhorn Summit borderline, but most likely should be okay. Again, it's on Highway 3 on Scott Mountain Pass that I think will run into some issues. All right, so let's take a look at the winds too. There is a wind advisory basically through this afternoon. I do expect the strongest winds to be later this afternoon, even for the valley, seeing some of those winds. But as we take you into your Wednesday, those winds should start to die down. Okay, so we get out of the winds now. We take a look at our long-range forecast model. Friday morning, there may be a few showers here and there, a few snow flurries for some of the higher elevations, but nothing to write home about. We go into Friday afternoon, it looks to be dry. Now we take you into your Saturday. This is another colder storm system. I've got snow levels down to 2,000 feet on Saturday. Could that be overdoing it? Possibly, but I do think we still have that potential to see some snowflakes in places like Weaverville and possibly Hayfork as well. Those are some of the lowest of elevations. Then on Sunday, a bit of a break. Now, we do have these systems that are going to be pushing through next week, but here's the issue. These storm systems are coming from the north, and a lot of times it just doesn't have a very good moisture source. It's got to tap into some moisture from the south before you start seeing any significant rain or even snow for that matter. But these storm systems just don't look to have a lot of that moisture, and that's what's going to make it hard for us to see much in the way of rain and snow as we go into next week. Now we look at the wave heights, and we are going to be looking at those wave heights most likely increasing as we go into your Wednesday morning, Wednesday afternoon. And then it looks like as we take a look at our forecast for today, well, there you can see it's still going to be cool. Temperatures low 50s in the valley, and it looks like mainly in the 40s for the higher elevations, even for Trinity County. Right around 50 though as you start heading inland. Okay, so here's your 7-day outlook for all the different locations here. For Mount Shasta, snow levels 4,000 feet today and again for Wednesday. So again, we could see some snowflakes in there. Not out of the questions, especially if the snow is heavy enough to see some minor accumulation in Mount Shasta City as well. Then we see drier conditions for Thursday, Friday. Again, maybe some light activity on Friday, better chances coming in for your Saturday, and then not to mention into Monday as well. 7-day outlook for the valley, of course, the rain today. Showers in the morning. By the afternoon, it should be dry on Wednesday. Dry for Thursday, Friday, and then more wet weather coming into your Saturday. And your 7-day outlook for the North Coast. Well, there, of course, you see those showers off and on for the next 7 days. Bottom line is this, and this is something I mentioned earlier. Heaviest rain is today. After that, any other rain that we do see is going to be light, but there are chances for showers in there as we take you into the next 7 days.